In today's episode, guys, we're going to be talking about door bushings for your NA Miata.
All right, what we got?
These are pretty easy, so
Easy peasy. Flyin Miata door bushings.
put them right here. So these are Flyin Miata door bushings. You can pick them up for about $40 shipped, and they are carbon nylon impregnated. If I remember right, they're 3D printed. You know, it took about a week or so to get mine, and they're used to replace the factory rubber bushings on your Miata doors, which we'll show you right now.
So there is the part in question, right?
Yep, this guy.
Placing this bad boy.
Yep. So these factory bushings are made out of rubber, and you know they flex and they eventually get really hard and not so great. And they fit into this nice little slot over here on the door, and we're literally just going to be replacing them. You can see that's just a nice fit right there. And we're going to be replacing them so that way the door has a lot less movement in it. It's supposed to reduce road noise, and Flyin Miata says it'll stiffen up the chassis by about 3%, which I don't know if I can measure 3% chassis stiffness, but I can definitely measure reduced road noise.
Yeah. The butt dyno will be the true test.
The butt dyno is always
the true test.
So these are just held in with 2 bolts, 2 little 10mm down here. You just gotta get a socket on them and break them loose. Only takes a couple seconds. That's one of the great things about this mod, is that it's a really quick thing to do. You know, nothing's gonna take you that long. That there for now. Get this guy out. Okay, and that's the factory piece off the car.
We're already
Dropping stuff.
a quarter of the way done.
Yeah, really.
Fastest mod in the world.
It really is. So we want to make sure these line up correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bolts in and just very lightly snug them up. I want to allow this a little bit of movement so I can close the door again and make sure it lines up properly. One in, and then get the second one in. And they do offer some vertical adjustment on these, which is why. So then we're going to place based on kind of where the old one was, just like that, and snug it up. And then we'll test to make sure the door closes.
That's what it looks like roughly in.
Yep. And we're going to slowly close this to make sure we see it line up. Okay, so we know that that spot is all aligned, and when we open this, you know, the bolts are snugged in, so it'll keep it in place for us. And we're just going to tighten it down right here. Hold it. And you don't need to use a lot of force in these. They're just a couple little 10 mils. You really don't want to over torque them and break them in the doors. Or well, in the door frame, I guess. There we go. All right.
And we're 50% done.
That's it. And it's supposed to also help make the door sound a little less tinny when you close it.
That was definitely a thing.
Very.
These Miata doors sound very tinny.
Well, you know, as Top Gear put it, he'll get a very aristocratic warmth.
Let's
Which that was actually pretty nice. Let's compare it.
Compare it to the other side.
Yeah. That's a lot of noise, actually.
Yeah.
That's a very high pitched.
Let's go back to the other one again.
Tinny sound in this. That sounded really good, actually.
That's a nice little beefy boy.
That sounded good. I'll talk about my cat. But yeah, that's definitely, it removes that kind of high pitched, weird metallic noise that you get over there.
Yeah, that makes it just sounds like quality, strong.
It sounds like a much more expensive car door than it would normally sound
Absolutely.
like. So we're going to get this other side installed, and we'll be right back with you to kind of tell you about it.
Let's do it.
That sounds a lot better.
It does sound a lot better.
So
Let's do it again from this side for that true test. Yeah.
a lot less metallic. That definitely made a big difference. We'll take it for a drive here in a couple minutes and see if we can feel if it helped the chassis any. All right, guys, here we are on the Miata, going for our quick little test drive after we installed our door bushings from Flyin Miata. And as we drove over to this nice kind of somewhat bumpy but somewhat smooth road, the car felt a lot better. I'm not going to say I felt a 3% increase in chassis stiffness.
It felt like 4% to me.
Yeah, definitely 4%.
I think like 4.2%.
Yeah, really. If you want to be specific, more like 4.27, like 427.
Yeah.
Anyways, the car feels really good. The old doors used to rattle a little bit, or well, not the doors, but the doors used to make a bit of noise.
That's definitely a Miata thing that drives me. Drive me crazy when we were.
When you have a small little convertible car with nothing connecting everything, it's gonna make some noise.
Yeah.
So it definitely reduced a lot of that. I still have brake noise, but I didn't really expect door bushings to fix that for me. So all in all, for the $40 effectively to replace your old. At this point, this car is 27 years old.
$40, like it's a no-brainer.
For a car that's up to 30 years old.
That's the no-brainer mod.
Yeah, just do it. Just get it done, and
just get it done and be happy that your car doesn't sound like
trash.
tin can driving down the street.
Yeah, it definitely feels a little more solid. Definitely sounds a little more solid.
It sounds way more solid. Yeah, like objectively.
When we were closing the doors, you could hear that it sounded a lot less tinny, and a lot less terrible.
Yeah.
So. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to this episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. We appreciate you.
We do.